Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Wow, what a day it has been. It's almost like we saw this coming. Almost like we've been saying this entire time that this is all just a negotiation tactic. Almost like we've been telling you from day one that this was going to be rolled back. That Donald Trump was going to come out swinging, and then he was going to back down and let everyone price in the maximum amount of pain just so we could moon. It was a signal to buy the low. Did you buy the low? Is this just a bull trap? I don't know. It's anyone's guess. But for now, I'm going to say I told you so. Because, man, does it feel good. Make sure you guys smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. All right, let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna shut the music off early. There's still like a minute left. It gets really weird towards the end. Oh, man. Billy said, JJ, do we see you slurping off Donald Trump's wee-wee? No, this didn't have to happen. But I'm okay with it. I've literally been saying from the get-go. This is all just an elaborate plan. And that's exactly what it turned out to be. Whether or not it was that from the beginning or not, that's how it turned out. So I was still right. I'm just saying. Anyways, guys, Bitcoin, huge God candle recovery, a beautiful W formation. We never, ever, ever even broke out of our lower trend line. So we're looking pretty magnificent on the chart. I would not be surprised if we got one more touch of the trend line, but I would be totally okay with being wrong about that. We got some divergence here. It's hidden bullish divergence, which means, or maybe it's regular. It's regular bullish divergence, which signaled the reversal, really. I don't know. We're looking good, man. We are looking good. Bitcoin is currently trading at, what do you know, $83,269.71. The same price that it's been since February. Wow. I'm excited, though, guys. 9.14% on Bitcoin today. Holy crap. What a day. Donald Trump put a 90-day pause on the tariffs. If you live under a rock and you were unaware of that, that is what has happened. Except for China. China still has their full tariffs in place, and they tariffed us back. Very much a dick measuring contest going on back and forth between Xi Jinping and Donald J. Trump. Who's going to come out on top? Probably neither of them, but we'll have to wait and see. Tyler said I slurped all over that thing if it pays my house off. That's what I always say, man. That's my biggest thing. If the president does something that puts money in my pocket or positively affects my day-to-day life, then they were a good president. The last good president that I had, actually the last 3 presidents were good presidents to me, technically. Nothing was really crazy. Nothing made me hate them. I think Obama was the biggest badass motherfucker that ever lived. He's a fucking cool dude. But Joe Biden forgave $14,000 in student loans for me, and Donald Trump sent me a shit ton of stimulus checks, and he gave me a beautiful bull market. So I have no complaints about the last 3 presidents. I'm just saying. Bitcoin dominance, possible actual rejection at 64%. It is looking like it wants to curl down. The bull flag is not playing out, which is great. ETH is up 14.12%, chilling at 1681. Man, ETH got slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered recently. So hoping for a recovery for ETH holders, but for now we'll keep an eye on it. 14% is pretty significant, but it is pretty like beaten and battered. You know what I mean? That's like getting hit by a train and then like winning $1,500 scratch off on your way to the hospital. Like, it's pretty cool, but I'm still got hit by a train. You know what I mean? A-hole said I told everyone yesterday buy the dip. Hell yeah. That's the kind of advice we got to be handing out, man. Not financial advice, though. Just masculine advice. Billy said Ondo up 22%. Look at the write-up on Ondo. Money said, hello. What's going on, Money? Sol is up 13.85%, getting a little bit of a resistance at 120. Coming in beautifully, though. Nice support at 102. It broke back above the blue line, which is what we were calling for yesterday. Broke above it with vengeance. Is now testing 120. If it can break above that, get a retest and continuation. We're looking for 125 and then 135. Looking good. Philly said, JJ, you really think Joe Biden was a good prezi? Fools. He didn't do anything that affected my life in a negative way, Philly. He did nothing that affected my life in a negative way. He actually forgave, like I said, $14,000 in student debt for me because my school shut down and my credits didn't transfer. I was denied in 2012. So that was in limbo since then. And I think in like 2019, 2020, it might have been 21, 22, I don't remember. He forgave, it was whatever, like his first or second year as a president. I don't remember, man. I have a goldfish memory. Total 3, looking great. Look at that. It's recoupling. What do you know? I pulled this up yesterday. Gosh, it's so weird. We got the spike down. We got the second spike down. We're back up. Are we going to do this little guy? These little sideways things? Everyone's going to be confused and mad. And then we're going to probably bottom out one last time. If this plays out. Again, though, we've already seen it decouple once and I had to move it. But this slow grind right here. Oh my gosh, it gets even worse right here. This right here, taking forever just to get up a little bit. Everyone's going to hate this, and they're all going to sell their bags, and then it's going to explode. Money said, do we have daily close in a half hour? No, the daily close is in an hour and a half. For us, and for the chart, technically, so. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking for May 10th. Still, based on this fractal strictly. Oh no. Okay. Tyler said no, 750. A-hole said nothing is forgiven. Someone always has to pay for it. I don't think that's true. The school's gone. They probably have to pay for it. There was nothing provided to me. There was nothing of value provided to me. So, I mean, if I got to pay taxes a little bit higher for a year, then so be it. Everyone else can carry the bag and sue Baker College if they want to. They're gone, but good luck. ADA is up 14.9% on the day, chilling at 64 cents. This thing's been like in the 50, 60 cent area. I did call 50 cents. It didn't get all the way there, but it got close. Money said, oh man, oh well, it's Thursday here. Stop living in the past. I like living in the past, man. It's chill. A-hole said, difference between giving you $100 today and taking 10 away in taxes every year is a loss. Well, who says that's what's happening? I get a tax return. So, and again, you know, there's no interest on tax payments. So, is that evil? Maybe that's evil. I don't know. Oh well. Yeah, Ada chilling. Billy said, so is ETH taking a crap and dying out? I have no idea. If you go based on how much money they make, their revenue has been dropping for quite some time. So I would not be surprised if they do actually get flipped eventually. I'm not saying it's going to happen now or anytime soon, but they're kind of getting shafted quite a bit a little bit here. So it's definitely something to consider. SNEK is up 17.44% on the day, chilling at 27. Just last night, it was sitting around 23, so pretty nice write-up. Not gonna lie, pretty happy about that. XRP is up 15.38%, 15.34%. Broke back above $2 in 206, and it looks like it's making a run for 214. Actually, oh, it's currently sitting above 206. Okay, so we'll see if it closes above 206 and if it could get a test of 214 and potentially break through that. HBAR, I pointed this out yesterday. HBAR and Ondo have been killing it lately. HBAR is up 17.05%. Chilling at 17 cents, coincidentally. Big fat volume candle, looking good. They did test 1783. If it can break through that, then it's go time. As of right now, it does kind of look like it's got resistance at this previous trendline support. So maybe that's the real break we're looking for. A-hole said my Tron even took a bump today. Even got a bump today. The Chinese are moving from the Shanghai exchange. Yeah, dude, some shit's going down with the Chinese currency. It's kind of scary, actually. Everyone's like they're fleeing to Bitcoin. I don't think they're fleeing to Bitcoin, but it's not looking good. At least on my American propaganda side of things, you know what I mean? Who knows what's actually legit and what's not? You know, I'm just going off of articles posted on X, so I'm not actually in China. I don't actually know anybody in China. SWI is up 16.66% on the day. Got a nice break above 223, chilling at 225 at the moment. If it can close above 223, looking for another test of 250. I mentioned this yesterday as well. There's a lot of points of confluence down here for SWI. If it can get back above 223, then it'll go back into our like moon zone with a lot wider points of confluence for some bigger moves. Jay Shear said, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's JJ." What's going on, Jay Shear? Happy Wednesday. Happy God Candle Wednesday. We've been liberated from our gains and liberated from our losses all within like a month. It's been pretty crazy. Within like 2 weeks. Ando. Whoa! Oh my gosh, Ando's up 22% today. Look at that big, beautiful candle. 17% candle on the 4-hour time frame. Beautiful W. Ando broke below 80. It struggled. It danced around 80 for a minute, and it was in denial as to whether or not it was going to break down. It eventually broke down, and it could not quite hold support at 72.72, so 67 was where it stopped, and it got another retest of 72, and it break back above 80, and now 84. It's going to probably close between 84 and 90. Hopefully use that as a base of operations to get back above $1. Nice accumulation zone, though. This is where it kind of chilled last time, so I would not be surprised if it did one of these and then started chilling here again for its inevitable breakout to the upside in the near future, hopefully. I'm being a little bullish. 90-day tariff pause is pretty exciting. Aerodrome up 25.96%. Where's Chewy at? Chewy's been saying buy the bottom on this thing since back here, possibly since back here, but regardless, he's been incredibly bullish on it, and it got a pretty significant, I think it was up 30% at one point. From the Pico bottom, if you would have bought this, like he said, you'd be up 40% right now, which is a pretty big number. Not financial advice. I did specify that I would never touch this because I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to stuff that goes down perpetually. But that does seem to be the right call when stuff is going down ridiculously long amount of time for no reason whatsoever. If it's a viable project, it's probably a buy. It's a life lesson there for you. Render up 22% on the day. Render is a big mover. This thing was chilling at 260. It broke back above $3 beautifully. Broke 315, no problem. It's now testing 350. If it can get above 350 and close above it, probably gonna establish a base there and use that as a springboard to hit $4. Hopefully, if it does break below though, I would look for some support at 315 or maybe even at your midpoint, and then use that as your springboard to the upside. Polkadot up 9.59%. These are bull market moves, by the way, guys. And this is just a recovery. I'm not saying we've entered a bull market or anything, but these are the moves that you can expect when we do enter a bull market, because I still firmly believe that we have not entered a bull market yet. Even though people think I'm crazy when I say that. When he said, how many different meme coins do you have at the moment? Me? Probably too many, considering I'm a Cardano native degen, and there's a lot of memes on Cardano. How many meme coins do I have? I have SNEK and Dong and Chad. Is that it? Maybe that's it. I'm going to look right now. Hold on. I have... Where am I? Oops. SNEK, Dong, Chad. What the hell is that? Did somebody send me something? Agent. Okay, I guess I have SNEK, Dong, Chad, Charles, Fren, Nike, Viper, Cock. Uh, oh, I don't need. That's just my ADA meme coins. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me check my soul bags too. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. SNEK, Dong, Chad, Charles, Bren, Nike. So we're at 6. Viper, Cock. That's 8. I mean Martin, 9. 9. So we're at 9 right now. Hang on. Jesus Christ. No one's ever asked me this before. Fat, so that's 10. We're at 10 right now. DBI, nothing. Butthole, Papo, hello. The rest of it's not even worth $1, so I'm not going to count that. So I think 15. I think 15. That's a lot. Damn. To anyone that didn't know, I was recently featured in a DBI video with the dev. Let's see. Money said, how many different meme coins do you have at the moment? Chewy said, are you beating Clint in the contest yet? Oh, probably not. Money said, having another screen in the back, the head turn. I got my laptop right here. That's why if you guys ever see me do this, I'm checking my trade. Or if I should open a trade. Tom Selleck's Goat said, this jerk-off really saw the bond market nuking and folded after pumping his bags. We live in a clown world. I don't know if that's what happened. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue. Dude, I have no clue. I just know that I'm a permeable and sometimes I win. A-hole said I want my royalties for butthole coin. We gotta make a-hole coin. Dude, imagine a-hole versus butthole. Alright, Polkadot. Polkadot, it seemed to have found support around like 330-ish area, I guess. I don't know. We would have to go way back to find confluence here. Because that's like beyond bear market lows, I thought. Chewy said, oh, I thought we were watching Prawn back there. Why would I be doing that while I was streaming? Well, that's so weird. Okay. Yeah, we got a nice uptick in volume. The volume is really nice. We're making another run for 378. Hopefully, Polkadot can break above that and get some action. Right now, it's only up 9.47%, which is pretty mediocre compared to everything else. Even big caps like ETH and Sol got 13%, ADA 14, XRP 15, HBAR. Like, these are big market caps, and poor Polkadot can't even get double digits, man. It's kind of sad. I hope that they win one day, man. I hope Polkadot flips ETH. I think that would be so disgustingly awesome if that actually happened. But for now, we'll just pray for them. Cass got a beautiful God candle right here, 13%. Tried to make another run for that upper resistance level. That may or may not, maybe it broke above it actually. Maybe that's truly the upper resistance. I don't know. All I know is Cass seems like it's in a gigantic wedge. Chewy said arrow up like 25%. It was up like 30% earlier, dude. I was pretty stoked for you. Cass, potential breakout. We'll keep an eye on it. I would like to see it back above 76 or 7.6 cents before I get super bullish. But the momentum wave, everything on Cass points to some sustained upside for a minute at least. We'll see if it continues. Hopefully people don't just take profit here and dip, but that might be what happens. Who knows, man? Avalanche is up 15.05%, broke above 18, making its way towards 19, looking good. In my opinion, Avalanche is a buy. This right here, this little double bottom scenario, the fact that it came down here and touched it twice and held it as support at like 15, 16 area, that's promising. Again, not financial advice, but I'm going to keep an eye on it and look for a potential buy level. Is this the move that we're making finally? Hopefully, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing left to be said about Avalanche. It's reaching the point of no return with that legacy trend line from God knows where. Shrimp is up 11.86%. Nice little W, triple bottom technically. 1, 2, 3 hits to the downside on Shrimp. This thing moves pretty violently, so 11% on this is kind of mediocre. I would love to see it back above 810 because, like I said, if you look at every single candle on here, look, you got a casual 18%, another 15%, 7%, 10%, 10%, and these are on days where nothing else was moving. 5%, 15%, 5%, 8%, 11%, 13%. Like, these are big ass candles. The fact that Shrap is only up 11% today, kind of crappy. Crappy Shrappy. I'm not a big fan right now. Chainlink though. Chainlink is up 16.47% on the day. Got a nice break above the yellow trend line, and we're just kind of playing around with the green one. We came down to orange, which is perfect. Nice little W with a higher low. Not quite divergence at the moment, but looking good. Hopefully some sustained upside. I would like to see Chainlink get back above 1339, potentially 14 would be the big number for me. Money said, how do you even have time to keep up with all 362 memes you have? I don't. I haven't looked at my soul memes because they're so worthless at this point. I just occasionally add to them. My ADA memes, tap tools. If you're ever in the market to find another blockchain with natives on it, I highly recommend Cardano. Get tap tools. You can set up a Vesper wallet, and there's ways to do it mobilely. If you're looking for like a tutorial, I can share it on my X account again, and a buddy of mine explained it really well. But I'm not a mobile phone person, so I just have like a NAMI wallet, which is now Lace wallet. But Tap Tools has it so nicely organized for me. I really don't have to keep track of anything. I just have a beautiful chart where I view my entire portfolio, and the interface is beautiful. Tap Tools is like Dex Screener on steroids. If Dex Screener had like a wallet integration where it showed you your portfolio and stuff. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but I'm such a Tap Tools maxi, it's disgusting. Doge is up 13.77% on the day. Finally got a break back above the green trend line from August of 2024. So Doge is looking like it maybe got a little fake out to the downside, and now it's heading back up, looking good. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see it break 16 and then eventually 17.5. Make a run for 20 like it did in the past. But at the moment, it's just everything has kind of reached its uncertainty chop zone. Like, we did a little fake out on everything. We broke into this earlier, and now we've just been kind of trading in this range on almost every single coin has this range established right now. And it broke out for a minute, and it's now back in the range. So we're kind of back home. It's all a matter of perspective, too. When this was happening, everyone was freaking out and miserable. Now that it's happened and it broke down and then back up, everyone's like, oh my gosh. Oh, thank God Doge is back to 16 cents. When, just a couple weeks ago, they were like, oh my gosh, Doge is at 16 cents. What a piece of garbage. It's all a matter of perspective. Chewy said JJ is a meme. That's true. That is true. The Fractal Farquaad is unstoppable. Polygon Manic Pole up 12.14% on the day. See, this is where I'm gonna bully Polygon for a minute. Polygon is that kid that everybody bullies because Polygon is like a psycho asshole. It should be back around 1920 because that's where its little panic range is. This is where everyone started to get bad and freak out, and then it broke below that, and then it broke more, and then it continued, and then now it pumped. And it got back to like a day ago. And that's not good enough for me. I want to see it back in its panic range. Otherwise, I want nothing to do with it. And I'm going to be a pissy little asshole about it. Polygon Manic Pole sucks right now. And until it doesn't suck, I'm not going to stop talking crap. Near, on the other hand, Near looks good. Lower trend line break for a minute. A little fake out to the downside, which we've seen happen in the past. Near, honestly, I don't know much about the project recently. I don't know if they have any news or anything going on, but I know that it can go up to like 20 something dollars, and it's sitting at $2 right now. That's a 10x. And everyone knows Near. It's kind of a household name in the meme world, or in the crypto world. Gosh, now I'm just stuck on memes. Um, I would probably be buying more of this because it's sitting at $2.11, and it's at support, and it's got a spike in volume. So, yeah, not financial advice, but it is what it is. Chewy said Ando looks really good on the weekly, held above lows. Dude, Ando killed it. Absolutely killed it. Really quick, Chili's also held its lower trend line from all the way back in October of 2024. Looking good. It did break below its legacy trend line from September of 2023, but it held the what is that? The micro? Not the macro. What's the opposite of macro? The shorter term time frame trend line. I guess is my thing. It held the shorter term time frame trend line, and it looks good for some potential upside. Unless, like I said, if FIFA comes out with their own coin, Chili's is probably going to be in trouble. Silver got a little bit pumpy today. MicroStrategy. Oh, you know what? Whoa. I heard that the Chinese yuan was like tied to silver in some way, and that kind of explains this. Wow, I just blew my own mind. But anyway, silver got a little bit pumpy today. MicroStrategy got a lot of bit pumpy today. I'm still looking for a new low on... Well, no, actually, that's not true. Maybe not a new low. This blue line right here is what I'm expecting MicroStrategy to do. So I'm looking for a breakout mid-May on MicroStrategy to kind of follow what it did before. The big-ass flag, and now it's up, and it's got a little bit more of a violent trajectory to the downside, but I fully suspect the big-ass flag to play out eventually. Sooner or later, I think it's going to play out. DXY got a little bit pumpy today. NASDAQ got a lot of bit pumpy today. Damn. Wow. Look at that. NASDAQ had about a 15%, actually 13.7% day. S&P had a 9.51% day. Beautiful. What do you know? I literally marked this. I said, this is the previous top. It's going to come down to this. And it did. Wow. Unfortunately, none of my fractals worked out, but holy crap, that little touch is very satisfying. Now let's see if we get that slow grind up to new all-time highs eventually. Because I'm pretty sure this happens in the first, like, the first year of every single president's term. Let's go take a look at Ando again for Chewy. Yeah, dude, Ando absolutely killing it lately. Ando got into its panic range very early on, March of 2025. And it stayed in that range beautifully for quite a long time. Broke above it, broke below, chilled in the range again. And then it panic, right back in the range. It's back home now. Back in its comfy little panic range. I'm pretty happy with Ando. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but if it does this, then I'm going to say I told you so about my little fractal right here. As much of a dick move as that is. All right, let's see what do we got. Let's go to the weekly, because Chewy specifically said weekly. Whew. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. 86.40. It did hold its low. 72 cents. Wow. Dude, hell yeah. Bullish in golfing too. If it closes on Sunday, minimum like 79.16, then it's good to go. Tyler said pin link. We'll go take a look at pin link in a minute. Yeah, dude. Looking good. You know, it's so crazy how often you can see this, but once you see it and it becomes super obvious, you're like, wow, maybe I'm a Fractal Farquaad too. Everybody can be a Fractal Farquaad. Look at this. Look at this. What if Ando does this? What if it does one more spike, one more dip, right down to 73, and then bam? Because guess what? That's what it did before. And it looks identical to what it's done in the past. Do we have another Ondo chart? Sure. Oh, and look at that. Had a little previous accumulation zone that it went back into. I wish I could get them all. Dude, me too. Me too. All right, look at this beautiful fractal. Right there. I'll even make it a little bit easier to see. So you got your spike down right here, straight down, a little bit of chop, recover, spike down one last time, and then extreme recover, new all-time high. I'm just saying, it has played out once, and it's literally in the process of playing out a second time, down to the exact spike down. That's kind of crazy. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Let's see, we got 57 minutes until the daily close contest. Right? Yeah, 57 minutes until the daily close contest. Bitcoin is chilling. What is Bitcoin chilling at? $82,999. Oh, 83. Bitcoin's chilling at 83K. Like it's nobody's business. Looking good. Yeah, MicroStrategy's up 24%. SNEK's up 16%. I think Clint's beating me still. Oh yeah, we gotta go look at pin link for Tyler. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tyler. All right. Crypto AI. That's kind of funny. Fartcoin. Is that the one that I said I had? No, I have butthole. Shit. Pause? Tariff pause? Damn. Missed opportunity. All right, let's go pin link. And I want to check on fat as well. Because I'm a fat maxi. Aw, dang. Dude, fat has like outperformed all my other bags. As far as percentage is concerned, fat has outperformed so hard. All right, pin link. All right, what did I say? I said it was in this beautiful little range and it looked like it was going to break back above the blue line, and that's exactly what happened. So if you would have bought last night around 70, you would currently be up 10 cents, which is 20%. Nice. Tyler said, I messaged you to buy. Yeah, there's still gas fees though, Tyler. There's still gas fees. One of the few people I think that never, and maybe I'm just being an asshole, but I assumed a lot of people capitulated out of their bags, or at least sold a chunk of them, because it was becoming such a frequent talking point for everybody. So I feel like panic selling was normalized over this tariff scenario. And I tried to make my little argument, which is kind of it's a dumb argument, but I feel like it's equally as dumb as panic selling. Obviously, if you're overexposed, then it might take a little dumb for you to realize it. So I'm not going to shame anybody for de-risking their overexposed bags. But the people that think, Tom said, but how many X would you be up? Hold on, the X thing I was not wrong about. 3X is 300%. It's the gains conversation that gets brought in. You did not profit 300%. You made a 300% trade. You profited 200%. So I understand both arguments, but I was never incorrect. I just want to state that specifically. The Fractal Farquaad is never wrong. I feel like I sound like I'm having a stroke when I say it. Okay, anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, the panic selling. So everyone's biggest argument is the world is going to end. There's going to be World War III and the fucking planet's going to implode. And my counter argument to that every single time is, what the hell do you need cash for if that's going to happen? And again, you're going to have to take profits eventually. Taking profits, no problem with. De-risking, if you're overexposed, no problem with. Wow, look at that. We almost have, if we get a bullish engulfing in the S&P, what does that mean? Like, look at this recovery. It wasn't even in bullish engulfing and it exploded. This was in bullish engulfing and it went crazy. Ooh, it's about to get so spicy. Percentage refer to growth / profit, not total value. Sure. I just want to point out I was told I was wrong, and I was not wrong. Tyler said unless he's trying to say big numbers, then he's wrong a lot. I'll admit I'm wrong when putting big numbers in order. Sometimes I'm wrong. It's simple things. My brain is made for complex mathematics scenarios. I cannot comprehend simpleton math. Anyways, if you look historically, every single, even like the .com bubble. And again, you know, I'm not trying to be in the market for 20, 30 freaking years. I'm obviously establishing some kind of retirement scenario for the longer term, but for the shorter term, I would love to use some gains to buy a house. Which means if I gotta wait 20 years or 10 years or 5 years for a recovery, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed off. But I'm not gonna sell my bags. Does that make sense? Look at this. Here's a big downturn. I believe this is the .com bubble right here. This is the worst that it's been in recent modern history. That's not true. The 2008 housing financial crisis was even worse. It looks. Yeah, because it was over a shorter period of time. So here's your two scenarios. You got your peak in August of 2000. And let's go 1 year from that. 1 year is right here-ish. So it bottomed out after 1 year, way after 1 year. I think it took 2 years to bottom. It took almost 1,000 days to bottom. So 942, that's essentially 3 years, give or take. The recovery took even longer. Wow. Like 5 years. So that's 8 years. 8 years plus. A 10-year, and then it collapsed again. Gosh, that sucks so bad. Could you imagine that gut punch? So essentially, let's say this happens. If you bought right here still, let's say you load up right here, you keep your DCA going. Eventually, you're going to be back in profit. I can't do it. Right here. Eventually. And, you know, it, like I said, it took 5 years, which sucks. But if you're DCAing, then your average is going to lower, and you're probably going to be in profit right around here again, even after all of this loss. And then it's going to go back up to here. Let's say you're DCAing again. You go back down. You're at a loss. It's probably minor because you're DCAing, but you're still at a loss. And then eventually, you know, it takes a long time, but it does get back in the positive. It's not like we've reached a point where it's going to go down for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. That would be insane. So, I like I said, I understand de-risking. Realizing that you're overexposed, that's totally fine. I think the hardest thing for people to admit is that they were wrong. Even if it's something as simple as like, oh, I can afford this, and then they realize they can't. It's really hard for them to admit, oh shit, I can't afford this. I've overexposed myself to the market, and now I'm losing money that I need tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Basically, make sure you take your investments serious and measure your risk reward and what you're willing to be able to afford to lose, even if it's as serious and as sophisticated as investing. You should treat it like a gamble. Because at the end of the day, even if it's stocks, it is magic internet money. Matt Peter Pepper says that's how you get wrecked. What is? Realizing that you're overexposed? I don't know. I'm not here to bag shame anybody because they sold or whatever. But stuff like this happens, unfortunately. This goes down. People get pissed. They panic sell. It goes back up a little bit. They probably like, shit, I shouldn't have sold. If they bought back, it goes down here. Instead of chilling, they probably sold again, and then it went up even further. You know what I mean? So That's when you get like emotional whiplash and you try to counter trade and then you get like extra liquidated and stuff like that. That's when the emotions get a little overwhelming and you got to take a step back, take a deep breath, go touch grass. Oh yes, 100%. Mad Peter Pepper is overexposed and using rent money. Yes, I've definitely, the thought has crossed my mind plenty of times where I have my money to pay rent and rent's not due for like 3 or 4 more days. So I'm like, oh, I mean, I could double the money, but I have never acted on it. But the thought has crossed my mind. I would be lying if I said otherwise. Money said, Zero said, yo, what's going on, Zero? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday indeed. Tyler said, just strap up those boots and get back out there. No crying, boy. Money said, yeah, it's hard to admit, isn't it? I guess that's probably the hardest thing to admit. Because everyone's like, I can afford this. And then they overexpose themselves. A-hole said, thoughts on Adam? I mean, I think we should add Adam to the list. To the watch list, honestly. So, see, Adam entered its little panic zone and stayed there. And it's done this before. See, there's a common distribution pattern that I'm seeing here. And I'm going to copy all of them. This right here looks very similar to this, which looks very similar to well, maybe I lied about this one. Oh, damn. So it's basically this part that I'm talking about. Which over here is what? I don't know. There's a distribution pattern that's happening. And I don't know if it's based on volume or just the money supply. But you can see that it doesn't always result in the same direction. This one broke down. This one broke up. What's this one going to do? You are at support. Let me go to a higher time frame. Tyler said it's fucked up. I thought to myself last night, I should finally try to figure out how to do longs and long everything. I didn't. Damn, Tyler. Did you at least use my affiliate link? I thought I showed you. I showed you on stream how to do it. A-hole said, we will see another testing of $8. Oh, I feel like that's possible for sure. See, it looks like Adam exploded once, did a little bark to the downside, a little fake out, exploded a second time, a little bark to the downside, a little fake out, a third time, a little bark to the downside, and each time it got smaller, and then eventually it just gave up. We went to the bear market, and then it's held this beautiful trend line for quite some time, and it's finally starting to peter out. And what's going to happen, I bet, because I still don't believe that we've entered a bull market, is right here, because I can tell you this right here is your low from previously. Yeah, so it has broken that lower low, or it has broken that low and created a lower low. But I don't know if that's the last one. I would not be surprised. Obviously, if we enter the bull market right now, this isn't going to happen. But I would not be surprised to see this probably do one of these and break below everything for a second, and then it establishes its uptrend. Because every single time, and I do believe somebody pointed out the other day that it's Wyckoff. I do believe that that is a proper term. Look at this right here. It went low, it went lower, and then it exploded. Everyone probably sold right here. They probably saw it go below this line right here. They were like, oh, it broke its previous support. It's going to zero. And then it just exploded to the upside, and it made all those people look like freaking idiots. That happens every single time. That's why the emotions are complicated. And I don't know if the market maker is just an expert at that, or if the market maker doesn't even exist and people are just emotional idiots, myself included. But the lower low shakes people out every single time. And the psychology with that is you could keep establishing a lower low. And every single time the reverse psychology, I'm going to go, I'm not going to sell because it's going to rebound. And it rebounds a little bit. Then I go, haha, I knew it. And then it tops out and goes a little bit lower. And then I'm like, shit. Well, now I really can't sell. And it goes up and I'm like, haha, I knew it. And it just rinse, repeat. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the psychological game that you have to play with yourself so that you don't sell. Maybe that's how I've succeeded at not selling myself, because I'm an idiot. Sometimes you just have to be an idiot. The best way to remove emotion is to be just completely brain dead. That's probably the best piece of advice I could give anybody. Remove thoughts entirely. But Atom, I feel like, is a great project. I like this spike. That's from December 2024. March of 2024 is when Bitcoin broke its previous all-time high, isn't it? Yeah. So it did the March thing, where it made a new high finally. And then it broke down, bear market lows, lower than bear market lows, actually. Atom had a really nice bear market. It's real. See, this might be it then. Now that I'm zoomed out, I see it a little bit better. You had your bull market. You had your bear market. You've established now new bear market low, or lower than the previous bear market low. This might be the springboard to the upside to begin the bull market finally. And that might not happen until 2026. That might not happen until Q3, Q4. I have no idea when it's going to happen. But you have already established your lower low. Everyone thinks, oh, the Pico bottom is the first bottom that the bear market makes, or the second bottom that the bear market makes, or the third bottom, and eventually it makes a fourth or fifth, and everyone's like, well, this is probably just a dead coin, it's going to zero. And then the bull market hits and everything goes up like 10, 20x, and all those people are moderators of the Buttcoin subreddit. So what do I think of Atom? As long as there's still people using it, as long as it still has volume, users, and developers, I think it's fine. Now, is it even on Dex Screener? Do they have... I think they have natives, don't they? Is Atom on here? Cosmos. Bitgert. What a weird name. Oasis, Meter, Moon River, Degen Chain, OP, BNB, Aurora, Astar. I don't see it. Scroll, that's a cool one. God, I'm such a nerd. Doge Chain. There's Cardano representing. See, Polkadot and Algo is on here. Phantom's on here. Multiverse X is on here. There's Near, ICP's fake ass, HBAR, Tron, World Chain, Polygon Matic Pole, Ripple, Avalanche, Sui, Ton, Pulse Chain, BSC, Base, Ethereum. Yeah, where's Cosmos? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tyler said, JJ, that pattern looks like a massive version of the pump dump consolidated to the left before the big pump on Atom. Yeah. Yes, it does. It's definitely consolidating. And this is that repeating pattern. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. You got that double spike is everywhere. And once you can establish that, you can kind of get a feel for what's going to happen. It's even right here. It's just like a distribution event. I don't know if it's all the same people or people with all the same mindset. Everyone thinks that they're unique, but I bet you there's somebody out there that is almost identical. Maybe not the same person, but probably the same thought processes that you have. Whether or not those people trade crypto, I have no freaking idea. Look at the little version. What's the little version? This? Little version or zoom out? Talking about this? Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos is Atom. I know that. Is it on here? Did I miss it? We got Combo. Cosmos. I don't think it's on here. Gnosis chain with the G at the front. That one sounds so gross. I don't know why. Kava. Kava's like a weird fruit that people try to use to get off of drugs. A-hole, you keep saying Cosmos is Atom. I know that. I don't know if it's on Deck Screener, though. All right, Tyler pointed out a fractal. Bam. So what if you're just doing this bad boy? If it's just doing this bad boy, I think I stretched it too much. Hang on. If it's just doing this bad boy, something like that. I feel like that's close. Maybe it takes a little bit longer. Yeah. Yeah, see? This time capitulation, this would not surprise me. January? That would suck so bad. How about Roaring Kitty on Ethereum? I've actually looked at that before. It's on my watch list. Were you the one that had me look at it? Somebody had me look at it. Oof. Oh my goodness. Well, that definitely didn't play out. I don't know if I have much to say about this one. Is there a trend? Okay, maybe. It's very possible. Yeah, there's a trend. You don't want to lose this trend line. But you could, and it could be a fake out. I think the narrative of Roaring Kitty and GameStop now buying Bitcoin would make it fly. Right, probably. Dude, you think the GameStop thing was so funny? The meme yesterday, the GameStop guy being like $80 billion in cash. Why don't cat coins thrive as doges? I don't know. People are weird about cats for some reason. There's like a masculinity problem. I love my cat. I loved my dog too. He was a good boy. Tyler said let it ride. A-hole kept saying Cosmos is Atom. Don't know why it's double tapping. Your phone is just fucking you over. That's great. 2 out of 2 on fractals. That looks like another replica of the little version. I was thinking that too, but there's a lot more, I guess, violence to this move. How long did this last from peak to valley? 997 days and 8 hours? Yeah, see, you're already at 158. So maybe you go from here. That's 105. So, I mean, it should be right about ready to go. Who knows, man? Who knows? I see this, though. This looks very similar to this. Maybe I'll take that. Let's take that fractal. Bam. Yeah, what if that's it? I'll leave that on there. Should be interesting. See if that plays out. Don't bigger versions always take longer to play out? I think so. It's literally like scaling it. When you take it and stretch it out, which could result in some lower lows as well. That kind of... Let me copy this. Undo. And now paste. Yeah, okay. So let's have both of these on here. See which one plays out, if either of them. But yeah, it's the same concept, scaling it, especially if it scales evenly. But yeah, man, I don't know. This could be playing out for Adam. If that was the case, like I said, January 2026. Are memes back? How is Dong doing? Let's go take a look at Dong. Dong got a nice 13% candle. Dong didn't really dump that bad. I originally called this out on stream down here. So if you bought it when I first mentioned it, you're still up 137%. From the peak, though, it is down 29%. From the bottom, it's up 31%. So you've erased about half the dump. And Peter Pepper said, I can see that happening. See, it makes sense. Again, and I don't know, maybe I have an addiction to fractals. I like it because it makes sense, because it's played out in the past. It's a pattern, and you can literally visually see, especially when you zoom out enough, the repeating patterns on the chart over and over again. They're a little bit different every time, but the gist of it, the distribution, the shape is the same thing. Whether or not it's scaled larger or smaller is, up to the, obviously probably up to the liquidity available in the market at the time. But it literally seems like there's repeating patterns over and over again. Once a project gets big enough, it's just an inevitability. Bitcoin is 82,961 and 52 cents. Yes, so for Bitcoin specifically, the same concept as that repeating pattern, we've technically hit our bottom, potentially. I think this right here that played out is this. So we might go one more lower low and then start to break up. And that's if that fractal is even to be believed. But this is the same exact concept. This pattern is just this pattern, but this one's on a little more violent trajectory because it's a lot more liquidity. It's a lot higher price, The last one from the entry to the exit was approximately, and look at that, it's almost flat. That's the same exact price. It entered and left at the same exact price. So it was sideways for 225 days. Right here, we've already broken that possibility. Well, no, technically, we could still exit at the same price at 155 days on April 22nd. Ooh, dude, imagine. Let's actually put that on a regular chart. April 22nd. Above, what was that price? $92K? Ooh. Okay, so let me, just so I don't have to keep scooting this around, copy, delete, and then I'm going to put one at 92K. Hello? Okay, let me put the words there at least. Why can't I change it? Okay, it's weird. What's going on? 92K. I'll just put it right here. Tyler said, I believe past 90K it's on. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, we've been at 83 for a couple of months now, since February. It's April right now. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. We got the daily close contest coming up in 29 minutes, so stick around for that. It's free to participate. You could win $100 or merch or $15 or bragging rights and a picture of phallic food. All right, we got some news articles to get through. I kind of like starting the stream early. We get to get all the fun stuff. We get to do all the fun stuff during the day. See, if you would have looked at Bitcoin on the daily, you could have seen the momentum wave starting to turn. And keep in mind, that's happened in the past. We did this, grind it up, got a new lower low, and then eventually grind it up. we can do this, grind up, and then get a new lower low, and then grind up again. That could just happen in perpetuity until we break 92K on January, or I'm sorry, on April 22nd. All right, let's see. What was I doing? Let's refresh our liquidation heat map. Is it broken? There we go. Symbol. Go to 12-hour. Dude, how many bears got liquidated earlier? Ooh, oh my god. 207.6 million. Where's all those fun tweets that are like, this much money was liquidated by the bears? Or from the bears or some shit, you know? I wanna hear how much money those bastards lost. That's why we all keep losing. It's just karma back and forth. 81,853. That's nice to be back in the 80s, man. We were all dreading it for forever. Now it's like normal. Like I said, it's the panic zone. You get there at first and you're freaking out, and then you get back there eventually, and because you realize you took it for granted, and you're like, oh my gosh, I missed 80K so much. Why can't I double click these and change the coordinates anymore? That one? That would be so crazy. No, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna refresh, see if that fixes it. Reload. And hey, there we go. What? I don't know what was going on. That was so weird. 81,853. Okay. And I gotta leave that one there. This one's supposed to be 92K. 92. Have you guys ever seen Knives Out? It's one of my favorite movies. 83,800. I don't know why. There's something super cozy about it. It's really weird. And then I think newly, one of my all-time favorite shows is Resident Alien. And it's such a sitcom, but I just started binge watching it like a couple of days ago, maybe even a week or two ago. And I have not stopped since, dude. There's something about the cozy like mountain town that sells it for me. It's also, I learned, filmed in Canada, by the way. It takes place in a fictional town in Colorado, but they actually do all of their filming in Canada. And I was like, oh, I like Canada. I've been there a million times. It's super cozy. Everyone's always super nice there. So, not that I'm biased. I live in Michigan. You know, I'm a Michigan man through and through. HQZ said price discovery when? I don't know. We did God Candle out of apparently the apocalypse, according to the way that everybody was acting, which is kind of hilarious. But wow, look at that. I was joking 3 days ago in the Discord. I was joking. I was like, wait until or was it even 3 days ago? It was on the 6th. Okay, so yeah, it was 3 days ago. Basic math. It was 3 days ago. And I said, how pissed do you think everyone's going to be when we God Candle this entire dump? And that's exactly what happened. And I was like, oh shit. I was literally, I'm like working, I'm at work, I'm doing whatever the hell. And then I like checked on the charts and I saw this and I was like, I made the face. I went, oh, it was pretty great. It was like an involuntary reaction. HQZ said boner candle. Boner. All right, let's do a quick update of our portfolios. And it kicked me out. Hold on, I gotta log back in. La. Portfolio. All right. And bam. Okay. Our narrative portfolio, we're going to check last because it's my favorite. Our Memecoin portfolio post Libra is only down $358, which is 35.8%. Tyler said, JJ, read big message and tell me your thoughts. I'm on live chat. Okay, right here. The only thing... Go away. The only thing I wish that would have happened... The only thing I wish would have happened differently. Trump should have gotten Jerome to cut rates first, then put the 90-day pause on. That would have been massive. I believe that... I could be wrong. Again, I'm totally speculating. I think that was his intention, but I think that the bond market scenario kind of scared everyone into backing off because stuff started to break. Unintentionally, I'm assuming. Big Doge pump. HQZ said even has a little hook on the head for her pleasure. Big Doge pump. Where's Doge? Oh, 13%? Yeah, everything got a pretty decent pump. Doge is getting back above that trend line too, which is important to me. Excuse me while I apply a generous amount of chapstick while staring directly into the camera. Okay. All right. Our portfolio, Memecoin portfolio, could be better. This was a $1,000 portfolio to start. It, like I said, is down like 30-something%. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, another $1,000 portfolio. The 60% of these coins were picked by Grok. The other 40% were voted on by the chat. This one's only down $256, which is 25.6%, which is not bad, all things considered. We did DCA. We created these portfolios at like the very first pico bottom of the first like tariff scare dump. So it's kind of an example of buying once, just one big buy at a local low and seeing what happens. February 2025, we're only 2 months in. So, or technically, yeah, I guess it's 2 months in. Let's just say we started at February 1st. So I guess we'll see how long it takes for this thing to be valued at 10K if it does at all. And then our narrative portfolio, this one's my favorite because it's been holding up the best. It is originally a $500 portfolio. It's only down $83 at the moment, which is 16%, give or take, which is great. This one, there was like another dump that came right after the tariff dump that went down a little bit lower. We DCA'd on that day for this one, or we created this portfolio on that day for this one. This one is my favorite. It's literally just one meme coin, one gaming coin, one real world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one artificial intelligence coin. And we just kind of picked random ones out of like the top 5 of those in that category. So it is actually being held up right now by Pepe. Pepe has maintained $100 since we made this purchase, like almost 2 months ago, which is pretty sick. Tom Selleck's GOAT. Okay, hold on. Let me check the chat. Let me go back and properly check the chat. HQZ said I bought Doge at 10 cents and 13, so to be fair, I was never worried. That's what I've been saying, man. Everyone was kind of freaking out, and I feel like a dick, but I was like, we're still up. Like midterm, we're still up significantly from the market, from like the bear market lows. And some of the people that were freaking out were like bear market vets. And I'm like, how are you down right now? Even if you DCA, I DCA every single Friday like clockwork. I think I didn't DCA for like 2 weeks just recently. And I'm still up quite significantly. I'm down from my all-time highs, but who cares? Or for my local highs, I don't know what my all-time high. I'm way past my all-time high from accumulation. Tyler said Algo and Ando looking bullish. Tom Selleck's GOAT said that's literally what I said happened when I joined and you said you didn't think it was. I saw bonds blew up and orange dildo folded. Yeah, I'm saying I don't think that that's why he folded. I think that that was part of the plan all along. But it might be why he folded. I have no clue. I think that everything kind of broke. And I think that it has to do with the Bank of Japan and China. He didn't fold on China, though, which is interesting. HQZ said I would like to see 75 cent, though. Yeah. Tyler said, where's Pinlink at? For some, the portfolio thing that we use kind of stinks. And it doesn't have new coins. And, well, Pinlink's pretty new, yeah. Money said, what I hate on Binance is that you can't see your own few years old trades. Really? That's crazy. Christmas Villager said, I hate how everyone is acting like crypto's up. Bear market lows, I guess. I mean, it's not down. It really depends on where you bought. It 100% depends on where you bought. And unfortunately, some coins are sitting at bear market lows. We just looked at Atom is chilling at bear market lows. Polkadot, I think, is below bear market lows. Polygon Matic Pole, you're not even allowed to see the previous price action because they changed their name so many times. A lot of stuff is at bear market lows, unfortunately. But that goes back to the DCA over time thing, risk management, diversification, all that stuff. Some people are probably in the negative. Christmas villagers. Yeah, I read that. HQZ said, I hate how these villagers in Christmas. Whoa, HQZ said Christmas sucks. I love Christmas. Christmas is like one of the coziest holidays ever. Unpopular opinion. At least you're self-aware. Hoff said, my guess is 0.00001x of money's guess. Tyler said, where and what you bought. ... Tom Selleck's Goat said 100% was Japan. They were selling hard and push up the 10-year. Yeah, stuff's breaking over there, man. And they kind of doubled down and I think made it worse for themselves, especially China. It's getting spicy for China, man. Like, if we have like a war escalation, which is kind of crazy that could happen, just based on like a trade war. But I mean, it didn't happen last time, though. The trade war went on for like freaking, or at least the market ramifications from the trade war last time went on for 18 months, which is crazy. All right, let's get these news out of the way before the daily close contest in precisely 17 minutes. We got Treasury Secretary. This is way before the announcement, by the way. Some of this news is a little bit old. Scott Bessent says the U.S. government is looking at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment system. We got Treasury Secretary Bessent says delisting Chinese stocks is on the table. This is getting serious. Then we got the M2 money supply guy. Mini rally that fails. M2 is about 80% correlated. Okay, hold on. This is from 8 hours ago. So I think that this is pre-pump. All right. Mini rally that fails is fully played out. Next is period of sideways movement in the global M2. Will that lead to a sideways bleeding period for Bitcoin? White box in the middle of the image, which is right here. There's a lot of global uncertainty right now with Trump's tariffs and China refusing to negotiate. Yes, I believe this correlation chart holds true even through that, especially the M2 pump on the right side. Remember, M2 chart has been pushed forward by 108 days. This means all of the M2 data already happened 108 days ago. 108 days is apparently the delayed reaction of how long it takes money to circulate through the global economy until it finds its way into risk assets. M2 is about 80% correlated, not 100%, with this 108-day shift. It will deviate 20% of the time. The popular 70 to 80 day offset that many were using has proven incorrect. I've seen a number of people copying my 108-day shift, presenting it as their own work. Some even go as far as to remove my watermarks. That's kind of lame, guys. Don't steal people's shit. Watch my video below for a full explainer on this predictive correlative relationship between the global M2 money supply and the Bitcoin price. Guys, go check out Colin Talks Crypto. Give him credit for his chart. This dude's been killing it. He's called everything that's played out so far perfectly. And don't steal people's shit. That's like small dick energy. Don't do that. Unless you have a small dick, then by all means, let the world know. Mike Alfred said, breaking sources on the ground in China saying there's a mad rush of people suddenly trying to convert yuan into Bitcoin. Nice. Watcher Guru said just in $75 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. Hell yeah. That's what I've wanted to see. This one was pretty awesome. The White House tweeted, do not retaliate and you will be rewarded. The White House is officially playing a Dami mommy role to the entire planet. And some people like it. This one was pretty good as well. 2025 new trader. What the F is going on? I was cracking up. Oh, shit. Ben Cowan is really upset. He's like choked up. He was getting choked up. He was like, posted that 3 hours before the 90-day tariff pause announcement. That's so funny. He's worked up about it. Yeah, Donald Trump tweeted, which by the way, this is freaking hilarious. He said, this is a great time to buy DJT. And then he said something else as well. He said, like, don't panic or something. Everything's going to be okay. And then he announced the 90-day pause, which is freaking hilarious. Senate has voted 51-45 to proceed with pro-Bitcoin and crypto Paul Atkins as SEC chair. Next 4 years are going to be wild. What a fucking legend. Excuse my French. This one was really good as well. The White House tweeted this as well. Let him cook. I don't know who they have managing their Twitter, but it's fucking hilarious. Again, excuse my French. If I swear too much, guys, let me know in the chat. I swear a lot. I can't help it. I'm sorry. The Vigilant, I can't talk today. Fox said, new Scott Bessett says Trump didn't just raise tariffs. He set a trap and China walked right into it. This is what 4D's chess looks like. Markets are rebounding after President Trump slapped a 125% tariff on Chinese imports while giving a 90-day pause on other countries. The result? China stands alone and completely exposed. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessett put it plainly. This was driven by the president's strategy. He and I had a long talk on Sunday, and this was his strategy all along. According to Bessett, this wasn't just tough policy, it was calculated pressure. You might even say that he goaded China into a bad position. They responded. They have shown themselves to the world to be the bad actors. While China chose escalation, Trump opened the door to allies and trade partners who didn't retaliate. We are willing to cooperate with our allies and with our trading partners who did not retaliate. It wasn't a hard message. Don't retaliate. Things will turn out well. Now the markets are roaring back and China is left holding the bag. Damn! That is the most gangster shit since Obama killed those fucking terrorists with his bare hands. What a fucking badass. Excuse me again. Arkham said 1 billion USDT minted just now. Hell yeah. We got just in, the markets have surged by over $5 trillion in the past hour, marking the largest rebound since 2008. Let's go. Artificial fall and rebound? I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Global M2 versus MicroStrategy. Before I read this, let me check the chat. Looks like you guys filled up the queue. Money said overall on the path down, there won't be all-time high before whatever ATB SNT. That, like, obvious on BTC. What is ATB SNT? There won't be all-time high before all-time below? Super... I don't know. Nutella... I got nothing. HQZ said we got trade war before we got GTA 6. I mean, that's not surprising. What I'm more excited for, honestly, and you guys might call me crazy for this, I'm more excited for the Elder Scrolls. I'm going to play both, unless GTA 6 is like $200. Before bottom hits, I meant. Okay. Damn, ATB S&T, that's quite a autocorrect. Alright, so what was originally meant was overall, on a path down, there won't be an all-time high before bottom that, like, obvious on Bitcoin. Okay. Money said, Hop, if I don't fall asleep, then you can have 0.0001x of nada, which is actually N-ADA, which is a Cardano native. I'm just kidding. I have no idea if that's actually a coin. Please don't go buy it. Tyler said, yes, finally, Small Dick Club has rights. HQZ said, nice head. Can make up for a short shaft, Tyler. Tyler said, thicker than a Snicker. Didn't they take the vein off of Snickers? That's kind of upsetting. Tom Selleck's Goat said, sure. It was the plan all along. Oh, definitely. They definitely, like, I like that he said that they had a long talk on Sunday, because it was definitely probably Trump being like, oh, shit. Scott, I don't know what the fuck I did. What did I do? And Scott's like, calm down. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to do this, and you're going to be like, this is my plan all along. You fucking morons played right into my hand. You assholes were mean, and I'm going to punish you. Everybody else, if you don't retaliate, then I'm going to give you a blowjob. And Trump was like, that's what I should say? Can you write that down for me? Put it in the teleprompter. And that's what happened. Scott's like, I got you, Mr. President. I got you. He probably met with everybody, and then he met with this guy, and this guy had a viable plan, and he took leadership. This guy's going to be the next fucking president. Where the hell is JD Vance during all of this? At a donut shop talking awkwardly to the poor fucking people that just are working there as a part-time job? Leave them alone, JD. They don't want to tell you about their fucking donut job. What a weirdo. Fahid said you can grow in Tyler if you eat the dogs and eat the cats and the pets. Money's trying to figure out English. Hoff said, can money use full words, please? He said it's 2 a.m. Hoff, stop nagging me. I will still beat you in today's daily close contest. That's if Hoffs participates. Tyler said, dollars cost contest? I got daily close contest. All right, let's see. We got the daily close contest coming up in 7 minutes. Global M2 money supply versus MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy tends to lead Bitcoin movements. MicroStrategy blast off date is approximately April 29th. Forecast using the predictive correlative relationship with global M2 money supply shifted ahead by 73 days. What did I say it was? I'm looking for MicroStrategy blast off around May? A whole month later? Oh, damn. Let's see who's right. I have it put in words somewhere on here, too. Who cares? All right, let me just put Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame just to fully prepare. I do have the prize ready as well for the daily close contest. Ooh, excuse me. We're nowhere near our liquidation points unless the liquidation heat map has changed. All right, next we got... Oh, this one's good. So basically, guy reported fake news that was actually real news. All of world finance aped into the news and added 2.5 trillion to the markets. News reported as fake, so everyone dumped. Japanese bank blows up. DJT reports the previously fake news again, but this time as real news. All of world finance is sidelined and apes the news and added 4 trillion to the market in an hour. So basically, finance is just meme coins with suits. Finally, people are learning. You'll love to see it. This one was exciting. ADA just went global. You can now spend ADA at 150 million plus merchants nationwide via MasterCard powered by Kraken. I already have that with my Coinbase card, but sure. Thank you, Kraken. That's exciting. Maybe Kraken will finally list SNEK. It's only been 6 months since they announced it. Just in, President Trump offers to talk and meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. That was exciting 3 hours ago. Let's see if they can work out a deal. This one was really funny as well. Donald J. Trump tweeted, deals are my art form. Other people paint beautifully or write poetry. I like making deals, preferably big deals. That's how I get my kicks. And then the White House just sent the eyeball emoji, which is hilarious. This guy said Trump will back off the tariffs for rates to drop first 48 hours fast yesterday. This guy said on Monday, stocks rallied 10% within minutes on a fake headline that Trump would pause tariffs by 90 days. It wasn't a fake headline. They were testing the market's reaction. They denied it to keep it as ammunition. They're about to see that ammunition fired. Now, what's crazy about this is this happened with the Bitcoin ETF announcement too with the SEC. Remember? The SEC tweeted that it was approved and then their account was hacked. That's kind of weird. Elon said he was going to look into that too. We never got any response from that. So I think maybe the SEC was like, you shut your fucking mouth, Elon. The account wasn't hacked. We were testing the market. Shut up. And you'll get to play with Daddy Trump when he wins the election. You know? I don't know. Maybe Satoshi went dark because he's controlling the entire planet now. How sick would that be? And then last but not least, we got Marty Party said gold versus Bitcoin and Bitcoin 2017 versus 2025 now identical. Not a coincidence. Expect the same continuation. Oh, damn. Whoa, okay. Can we take that fractal then? I love this. So we're basically looking for a $2.5 million Bitcoin by 2030, 2040. Wow. Wouldn't that be crazy? So everyone's looking for 1 million. 1979, 19. That only happened over the course of 1 year. I'm confused. Are we looking for $2.5 million Bitcoin within a year? I don't know. I'm excited though. Daily close contest coming up in less than 3 minutes. Let me check the chat. Oh, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Ooh, let's see. Tom Selks said, and how long have you worked here? Great. And how long have you worked here? All right. Okay, that's cool. That's good. And you? How long have you worked here? That was so bad. Dude, I'm pretty sure that they like tested it. They were like, okay, they're doing a lot of Kamala and stuff in these shops and whatever. Let's go. JD, we could do that. That's easy. Just go in there, I'll film it with my camera. And he's like, what the fuck? Okay. And he like went in there and he was really awkward and they were like, shit, this guy sucks. And then they sent Trump to McDonald's to do damage control and he fucking killed it, dude. He fucking killed that shit. That was great. I don't care who you are. I don't care how tacky you thought it was and how stupid you thought it was and baity. That was fun to watch. Like, he didn't have to fucking do that. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Money said Hoff might miss it even though he is here. I don't know if he is here. HQZ said, JD, stop fucking those donuts there for the paying customers. Hoff said, we lifted the tariff on EU. You can use more letters now. Oof. That was a good one. Tyler said 5 likes. Really, people? 18 people in here? Like, the effing live. What? HQZ said, you gotta refresh, Tyler. 15 viewers, 10 likes. Chewy said, are we guessing yet? You got less than 1 minute, Chewy. Shut the fuck up. There we go. Tyler said, wow, 11 likes. What the F, people? Who's the 5 people? Probably Hoff. Chewy said, what if Trump told every country to send him 5 things they did last week, along with a tariff increase? Tyler said, imagine an alt season with a 2.5 million Bitcoin, right? And then Hoff said, is he still talking about the Vans Donut thing? I didn't bring it up this time. I didn't bring it up. All right, we got 28 seconds remaining until the daily close contest begins. Get your guesses ready and queued up in the chat. Look at this. We got a green dot confirmed on the Bitcoin 1 minute, and it's still going down. Here we go. Ten seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. It is first come, first serve, so if you guess the same number as somebody else, you're going to have to change your guess, and if it's the same, then... Or if it's very similar, if you guess just like right above them or right below them, I don't know. You got to pay attention. Just pay attention. Yesterday was the first day that I chose not to honor a change because Tyler wanted to be mean. He could have just kept his mouth shut and I would have kept it. Because I said I had faith in his intentions. Chewy said, do you see it this time? No, I see nothing, Chewy. Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. I got it already. I got it. Fahid said 0. Hoffs has a guess, so I'm just going to leave. I guess I'll put Fahid in the bottom later after all the guessing because there's so many people here. All right. Money, I have not seen yours yet. Put the letters and the numbers. HQZ said 82.9. There you go. I got you. I got you now. Got it. Yep. I like that Fahid entered. Oh, Tyler, I can't. Tyler, you don't get an entry. Because you enter. It's first come, first serve, Tyler. All right. So I got money. There we go. Tyler's going 1 penny. He's going to screw over Fahid again. That's what he does. He gets Fahid to protest, and then he goes over Fahid by 1 penny. That's so fucked up. Imagine being awake and not getting in. That would suck so bad. For the record, if you tag me on Discord and you let me know in the chat that it's in Discord, it's timestamped and it'll show it if you change it. Evan Pickle said, yo, what's going on, Evan Pickle? Yeah, Tyler, you said 0.01. Fahid said 0. Okay, I guess you're right. You're right. Well, actually, no. 0.01 is still 1 above 0.00. So, yeah. Hoff will have whatever I have times... Okay. I thought Hoff... Did Hoff... Yeah, Hoff entered already. Jay Shear is doing a change. We got Tom Selleck's GOAT. I gotta keep up, man. You guys are out of control right now. I'm reading too much stuff, too. All right, we got 1 minute and 52 seconds left. What? What is Fahid? I want to change my answer. Oh, Fahid is changing his. Oh, shit! Damn! Money said that's what he said. I mean, he gave me another guess, though. Okay, did I get Tom Selleck's GOAT? I did not get Tom Selleck's GOAT. Copy. Did I? I don't know. I'll fucking figure it out afterwards. You guys are out of control. Oh, Tyler's putting in another change too. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm playing LOL. I need that first place. Oh shit. Fahid's in first place right now too. We got 1 minute and 2 seconds left if anybody else wants to change. Jay Shear said, bruh, LOL. Fahid said, I'm with Hoffs now. We must stop Tyler at all costs. Oh, shit! Damn! I've set a narrative. That's funny. Oh, okay. Did I get everybody? Jay Shear said, wait. Evan Pickle said, subscribe to you, man. I appreciate you, Evan Pickle. Jay Shear said, I swear to God if I get snuffed. What's yours, Jay Shear? I'm permitting all changes today. You got 30 seconds left. And remember, there's a delay on YouTube, so... Did I get everybody? Damn, Tyler said some fucked up shit just now. Money said people keep changing in. I barely get to YouTube. Put me in, bro. I got you in already. What are you talking about? Oh, what did I just do? What the hell? Press and hold. There we go. Whew. Tyler, I just had cat. You ate the whole cat. Tyler's doing another change? Oh, time's up, Tyler. Time's up, my friend. Time is up. Ugh. No, it wasn't. It was not. I looked at the clock. All right. We got 82.9. All right. Time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you are a Cornerville Chad, in which case you got 15 seconds remaining. Jay Shear. Tom Selleck's GOAT. And Tyler. All right, money. All right. We got Chewy 82,777, Fahid 82,620, Hoffs 83,42, copy. HQZ 82.9, copy. Money 82,742, copy. Jay Shear 82,555, copy. Tom Selleck's GOAT 82.7 even, copy. And Tyler 82,550. Copy. Oh, okay, that's right at the bottom. Beautiful. All right. Let me do make sure that there's no doubles. We got Tyler, Jay Shear, Fahid, Tom Selleck, Scout, Money, Chewy, HQZ, and Hoffs. All right, then we got 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 83, 550, 555, 620, 700, 742, 777, 900, and 042, which is the new number 83. Cool. We are officially in order. No, I like my rule. I like my rule. I like the chaos that ensues with people trying to change your guess a bunch of times. Taylor said, I hope I hit this effer right on and burning that $100 and sending it to your Discord. Money said, brushed and flossed, ready to beat the Hoffs. Nice. The Hoff said, we need new rules. No more changing your first guess as your guess. It's getting dumb. Chewy said, I'm with Hoffs. It's getting as bad as Clint bet. Oh. 2 minutes remaining. Vahid said, Hoffs, one should be okay. If it was a mistake, we must stop Tyler, though. Hoff said, yep. Money said, democracy. I'm not doing a vote, because the changes are at my discretion. I could just make it so that nobody can change their guess today, and then tomorrow I can allow 1 or 2 changes. The next day I can allow as many as I want, or I can just allow none of them again. It's fun. It's fun being a dictator. I'm going to trump the shit out of those changes. Cheers, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Liberation Day 2.0. We've been liberated from tariffs. Let me get my umbrella to celebrate. This is not an umbrella, by the way. It's supposed to be like a sunblocker. And I gotta do the face. Ready? The sticker face. JJ Antichrist. Oh shit. Okay, here it is. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Tyler said close right now. Money said democracy. Hoff said was too bullish. Tyler said, I seen 82,553, LOL. This is it. We got 42 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin's currently trading at $82,615.36 at the moment. If it closes right here, $613.61, the winner will be Jay Shear 2.0. It's going to be close. 24 seconds left on the clock. It's turning green. Potential reversal in the current price action. A little bit dumpy right now. 18 seconds remaining. 82,615 and 9 cents. Damn, Tyler screwed himself. Oh shit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin's daily close for anti-tariff day is $82,615.22, making Jay Shear 2.0 our winner. Closes without going over. Congratulations, Jay Shear 2.0. Guys, spam the bananas in the chat for Jay Shear 2.0. Damn. Oops. 82,615 and 22 cents. Congratulations, Jay Shear, on your victory. You've earned it, my friend. Let's get some bananas in the chat. Bam. Tyler said, on my screen, I have my guessing time. Hoffs made that same argument. I always specify there's a delay on YouTube, so you got to keep an eye on the chart yourself. Tyler spammed peaches. Jay Shear's like, I'm allergic to peaches. My eyes. All right. Jay Shear, your prize today on Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Tariff Retaliation Day is, drumroll please, dun, 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 a big ass sausage. A big, nasty barbecue sausage. Congratulations, Jay Shear, on your victory. It's got a funky bun that's just too small, but we don't care. Lather that bad boy up in some nacho cheese with some caramelized onions and just... I apologize. All right. Money said, good game. Now I can go to sleep. Good night, Money. Thank you for stopping by. Smash the like button. Share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends. Sweet dreams. Sweet tariff-free dreams. Hoff said, now I know why John M. quit. Dude, John was at the top of his game. I think he would be number one right now if he was here. But as it stands, Fahid is still our first place victor. J Shear 2.0 slowly but surely closing the gap. Is he going to be our new Tyler? I don't know. Let's go put him in the victory chart. And let's see. How many victories J Shear has at the moment? 4. Interesting. 4, because I know Waterfly has 5. And who was in... Was it Janix? Janix has 3. No, Janix has 4. Okay, yeah, Janix has 4. J Shear has 4, so Janix and J Shear are tied. Waterfly has 5, so we got Fahid in first, followed by Tyler and Hoffs in second, followed by, is it Waterfly in third? I think it is. Yeah, Waterfly in third, followed by J Shear and Janix in fourth. Interesting how quickly the game gets interesting. Just 4 months into 2025, nobody will ever be able to guess who the actual winner is going to be. Should we do a winner? HQZ said back who won. J Shear 2.0 is our victor for the day. Currently chilling in 4th place, tied with Janix. 2 J names. Money said, I don't think I can after seeing whatever this food item is. Yeah, this is definitely some janky ass sausage, dude. It might be homemade. I don't know. It's been barbecued a little bit too long, and the bun is like funky. It's very American though. It's very American. Jay Shear said, "Coming for that crown." That's what I like to hear. That's what I'm talking about. You're not allowed to ew your prize though. HQC said, "Sir, please stop showing penises on stream." Oh man. I have a folder of all the prizes on my desktop. It's just it's a bit of a literal sausage fest. Tyler said, JJ, I need to see a slow-mo replay of my guests going in and the time. I don't know if that'll ever happen because I didn't screen cap my actual view of the chat. And I don't think it'll timestamp that. But that's too damn bad, Tyler. Because it's at my discretion, and I would not have honored your change anyways. Because you changed a lot, and you're trying to circumvent some things and sneak in, which I can respect to an extent. But when I don't know, when you try to shoehorn a little too often, it gets a little too JJ. And there can be only one. And HQZ, I will show penises if I want to. He'd said, "You did this to yourself, Tyler. I was with you." The lore, man. The lore. HQZ said I need to see a replay of the prize going into Tyler's slow-mo. Tyler said, "You said all the changes were approved." I changed my mind. I didn't say that was an official rule. Oh, I'm like I said I was going to trump the shit out of the changes. I'm changing my mind. That was also a change. I changed my mind. Anderson said, did I miss the dong, TA? Yes, you did, but I will go over it again. There's never enough dong technical analysis. I can technically analyze dong all day long. Oh. I did take 0, Tyler. I took it. Although Fahid did make his change first. I sowed the seed of doubt. The seed of betrayal between Fahid and Tyler. And technically, 0 and 0.01. 0.01 is ahead of 0. So, I mean, what do you expect? Alright. Somebody bought 426.69 thousand dong, which is funny because 426 is my birthday. I'm just saying. And 69 is a fun number as well. JJ playing 4D chess with the changes. Hell yeah. 4D chess, exactly. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not inexperienced at all. Dong TA. The TA basically came down to me saying I was right down here. Some people bought up here. Some people bought down here. If you bought right where I said, you'd be up. This is my TA. You'd currently be up 140%. If you bought the Pico top, you'd only be down 30%. If you bought the Pico bottom, you would be up 30%. So it's about a halfway loss at the moment if you bought the Pico top. Not financial advice. Keep in mind, this is a micro cap, currently chilling at 95,072 or 700. I don't know, $95,720. Wow, that's a tiny market cap. Anderson said I bought the top. You bought the local top, my friend. Key difference. Local top is not the top. The top is 2.2. It's at 1 right now. So you're a 2x minimum from the top. Or I'm sorry, a 1x profit from the top. Yeah, I don't know. Wall to buys, no big deal. Not financial advice. Again, it's a micro cap. Jay Shear, enjoy your sausage. Your victory sausage. Market's chilling. I can't believe market strategy up 24%. That's crazy. That's crazy. Total 3 looking good. Let's go take a look at total. I really like how good this looks on the fractal. You know, we said that it deviated from the fractal, and we stretched the fractal a little bit, made it fit our narrative, and now we're good to go. My potential bottom is June now. June. Oops. Did I fuck that up? Let me scoot this. I really messed that up, didn't I? Maybe it is June. I don't know. I'll leave it. I'm going to stick with May, but we're looking for a potential June. Anderson said, I expect this to go to 20 mil market cap, LOL, or you owe me a beer. Anderson, your beer has been paid for by my generous distribution of Cardano at the bear market lows, which is now worth hundreds of dollars, probably thousands, because I'm an idiot. Chewy said, did you still have Fartcoin, Anderson? I saw Anderson killing some Fartcoin trades in the Discord earlier. If you guys are not in the Discord, feel free to join. It is in the description. It's a lot of fun. We all basically just trade Fartcoin all day, and then we make fun of the people that can't trade Fartcoin good, and we call them farters. And then they cry and leave, and eventually come back with like a big fart victor. They're like, check out this fart. And then they share the thing of like the big fart trade, and we're like, oh shit, dude, that's a great fart. And we just talk about farts all day. All right, let's go take a look at total. Total market cap. Jay Shear said, thank you for my prize. I feel loved here. Enjoy it. All right, our total market cap. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking weird how close this shit is. Am I crazy? Look at that. The big spike up. Now we're going to chop. Go up a little bit more. New low. Or potential lower low, actually, even. Dude, if that happens, if we hit a lower low early May, and then we take off, May, June, another little double bottom in June, and then July, an explosion to the new all-time highs in July? Come on. And that's a beautiful trajectory, too. Look at that. Why can't I draw? There we go. Look at that. That's a long time to wait? No, it ain't. Not a long time at all. Just talking about Chewy. Oh no, I moved the fractal again. Scoot it back. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. The delay of the tariffs. Is it 90 days? We got April, May, June. May, June, July. I've heard people say it's not going to start until May. May, June, July. Because I thought that the tariffs weren't supposed to go into place until early May. Look at this big fat spike in volume. It's so nice. Little baby spikes. Little by little. I'm excited. I will say there's a crap ton of stablecoins. And I still am of the general belief that for whatever reason, the Fed is going to start using stablecoins to transact. Or maybe they're going to make that like the next reserve currency. And it's like I said, though. normally they have to get people to buy these junk debts, bundle the junk bonds, whatever the hell. If you could just put that into a stable coin and say, yep, this is backed by dollar for dollar, whatever, debt, currency, a little bit of both, and it's worth $1, then people are going to buy it and they're going to use it. And you no longer, you like cut out an entire middleman process of selling junk bonds. It kind of blew my mind when I thought of it, but I'm like, damn, this is what they're doing. They did it, and I bet you they came up with it pre-ETF, because they're doing the same things that they've done before. They announced the ETF a day or two early, and then the SEC came out and they said, nope, that was wrong. Our account got hacked. And then Elon said, I'm going to look into this, and nobody ever talked about it ever again. And then they distracted us all with all this crazy stuff, the Fort Knox stuff, the Epstein list, the JFK, like all this redacted file. And none of that ever happened or came to fruition or anything like that. And then Trump says, I'm going to tariff the shit out of everybody. And then somebody leaks and says 90-day delay. And then the White House is like, nope, that's a lie. And then whatever. And then a couple days later, they're like 90-day delay on tariffs. It's like clockwork, man. It's the repeating pattern. They're everywhere. And I don't know if I broke the matrix or something, but it's freaking me out. Chewy said, bro, your mind don't get blown. You got 10 out of 10 IQ. That's fair. That 10 out of 10, man. I get you. Anderson said, I got one on Sol, 90 days. I think it has a chance. Fully expect 0 by tomorrow, but hopeful. Dude, I legit accidentally longed the bottom. And I think I shared my trade. It was like an over 100% trade. I was just like sitting at work and I'm like minding my own business and doing whatever. And then I look and everything's up like crazy. And I was like, whoa, what the hell happened? And then I think Bo was in the chat. He was like 90-day pause on tariffs. And I was like, let's go. Yeah, right here. 120%. 120%. 127. I accidentally longed the bottom. It's really hard to see. Yeah, there you go. The Easter Bunny little card is so sick. I don't know. I was excited. I was excited when that happened. Okay, that's much better. All right. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. We've recoupled to the fractals. The total market cap fractal has looked good for quite some time. Since early March. So I guess a good month. So it's nothing crazy, but the fact that it's following it that closely is pretty impressive. And then total 3 is still looking good. We had to do a little bit of maneuvering, a little bit of stretching. Anderson said, I got a meme called 90 Days, though. It says, sell in 90 days. LOL, check it out. That's such a gamble. I think I saw you. That's like the Squid Game one. The Squid Game one is one of my favorite. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, Squid Game rugged. Like, literally, the premise of Squid Games is that one person wins all the money. So it was quite poetic when that happened. Did you say pause, or did you see pause, Anderson? Tariff, I can't even say it. Tariff pause. See, these people waste these memes, dude. This would have been a beautiful meme. Couple $100 million market cap minimum. Pause, tariff pause. That's so hard to talk like that. That's freaking funny. Let's go check 90 days. Clever, man. Those people, Chewy, that make these memes are 11 out of 11 out of 10 IQ. They answered, like, they found and answered the secret question. Holy shit. They all suck, but it could maybe have a narrative to stay. Yeah, see, this doesn't suck. Look at this one, did good. It recovered the dip. It's a funny quarter. I can't even talk now. Everything's a W. Quarter. All right, let's go to lower time frame. I can't do memes anymore. I'm on freaking 4 hour like a sophisticated asshole. 15-minute looks good. You got a nice run up, little dip, scoop. Dip is being scooped as we speak. Yeah, I like it. Technically, that's a bear flag, but it's a meme coin. It's a broadening ascending wedge, which I think is actually bullish. Let's look that up. Oh, never mind. Well, I don't know. It's from the top. Yeah, no, there's arguments for both. So it came in from the top. Broadening wedge bottoms. 1, 2, 3, and then a little breakout, retest, continuation. So there's a bunch of different ways to look at it. Let's see if we can put one on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got 4 hits right now. Am I really trying to do TA on a 5-minute chart? Am I doing that or no? I'll just leave it. Let's just look at the RSI and be happy. Yeah, RSI looks good. I'm holding it for 90 days either way. LOL just got small. What do you mean holding it for 90 days? It says sell in 90 days. You should try to front run. Is the holder amount increasing? Does it say? 2305. Keep an eye on that. It's documented on this stream so you can go back and reference it. Ooh, 12% liquidity is nice. $161,000 market cap, 41K liquidity, which is 12%. Highest bag is $4,200. Really? Am I crazy? Do I want to buy some of this? No, I don't want to ruin your pump. I'll leave it alone for you, Anderson. I already bought the Pico top of fat. 75 days, I might call it. Yeah, that's more like it. I've discovered that I have alerts on my phone. So I think I have one coming up. I'm going to share it with you guys. You guys are my core audience. Yeah. I'll do it tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow. I have an alert on my calendar on April 30th to buy a specific coin. Someone remind me, because it's a time sensitive thing. It pumps on a certain date. That's an anniversary of something. And we have to buy it on that day, but I need to put some soul in my in my wallet before I tell you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. Okay. Anyways, let's go see what Bitcoin's up to. A little bit red. Jay Shear, congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy your sausage. I'm probably gonna call it, guys. I got a X space to get to if they're still doing it. So I'll see you guys in the Discord, I suppose. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.